we're a good few weeks in now.
Yeah.
Important question, how is it all going?
Okay, I've been increasing the length of each ride as I go now, week by week. Clipless pedals, interesting experience.
Yes, I was going to ask,
Yeah.
we plunged you straight into the deep end.
We
You've
did.
had a few days of practicing. How have you found it?
Just the one crash so far, which I'm led to believe is
Oh, it's
par for the
completely
course, really.
normal. Everybody crashes on clipless pedals for the first time.
Like anything, the more I've ridden, the more simple it becomes. So hopefully, I've mastered it.
And you've got a little secret weapon for
I have
tracking.
got a secret weapon, the Microsoft Band. I'm quite obsessed with it, really. As you can see here, it tracks my steps daily. I can track everything about my ride, how long I've been out for, the distance. It's all synced with Microsoft Health. I can even track my sleep. I can tell you that last night my little one had me up 5 times, for example, and from that it can tell me my optimum recovery time. Applied to cycling, it helps me track where I've been the day before, and I want to beat it, so I'm gradually building up towards the sportive at the end.
Okay, well, I actually have your data to hand here.
Great.
So let's take a look at this. We've got Microsoft Health, we've got the dashboard here.
Yeah.
Now, it's looking pretty good to me. I mean, calories burnt. Now, I want to pick up on that firstly, because we spoke about nutrition, and I know that you weren't perhaps fueling enough on the rides, thinking, well, I'm only out for a couple of hours. Can you see now how much you're burning off and why you need to fuel?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, it's there in black and white. I can track how many I'm burning on any given ride, and see how I'm improving ride from ride.
Definitely. And what's this little bit here?
Well, you can see here, I've reached my peak heart rate at the top here, which hopefully will indicate how tired I was at that point. So I needed a little break. And that gap is me standing at the side of the road trying to get my breath back.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that, and you're doing really well. We can see that you definitely haven't been slacking off, and we have been checking up on you. But I think it's time to step it up this week.
Okay.
So I'm going to take you outside now, and I've enlisted the help of a very special guest mentor today.
Right.
So don't look too scared. Let's go.
Let's go.
So Ollie, meet Alex.
Hiya.
I'm going to leave you in Alex's capable hands for the next couple of hours. You're going to go out for a spin. I'm sure you're going to learn a lot, so don't look too scared. I'm going to leave you to it.
Brilliant.
Have fun.
Just drop your gear down a bit. Yeah. Yeah, you see that? You can feel that it's
Straight
much
away.
lighter on the pedals. And to also come race day as well, if your gears, if you can afford, if you feel like you can push a slightly smaller gear, in terms of your muscle fatigue, it'll be a lot more beneficial to you in the long run. If you're churning a big gear, you'll burn out pretty quickly, and the last sort of 20 miles will be a real struggle.
Right.
I think the good thing is you've got something to train for, and what we do when I'm training, preparing for a specific race, is you take that race and then work backwards. So obviously with 3 weeks to go, you want 2 weeks of quite intensive training, and then your last week we have what we say is in the final week or the final few days. You can't really make yourself any fitter, but you can ruin it all if you train too much and then actually make yourself more tired for the event.
So another issue is obviously I've got a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
I can't just
Go out and
go
do a
cycle in the
5-hour
middle
ride.
of the day.
So for a 54 mile sportive, I mean, in an ideal world, if you did have all the time in the world, you'd go and you'd try and do the distance a couple of times before the event, or even do more than the distance to make the shorter distance seem easier. But if you are on a time constraint with work, you have to train quite smart, doing blocks of replicating. I mean, for you it'll be replicating a pace harder than what you'll be doing on the sportive. You want to find a stretch of road with not many interruptions, so not many traffic lights or roundabouts. Yeah, so for example, let's say 15-minute warm-up and then 5 lots of 1 minute flat out with 4 minutes rest.
Right, okay.
So that'll be 15-minute warm-up, 25 minutes of intervals, 20 minutes of warming down afterwards, and that'll be a really effective 1 hour block done. And you'd be surprised. I know it's 1 minute effort. What that will do is, if you've got some tough little climbs on the sportive, then that will actually make them climbs feel a lot easier.
So is the rest nothing, or just lightly cycling?
Just lightly cycling, just at your 1 out of 10 recovery pace, so you might end up actually enjoying it.
bet.
Yeah.
Certainly something to work up a sweat over anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you'll be doing that. Yeah. So this isn't. It's not a break, this, but I just thought we'd chat about this road coming up because it's one of them.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, no. But unfortunately, you can't avoid them. They're part and parcel. You know, with the sportive you're training for, you're going to have to be ready for a few inclines. The best thing to do is to practice them, is to get on them if you can, and just get used to it because it's a slightly different riding position. Normally you take your hands from your normal riding position to here on the tops, and that allows you to put a bit more power through the pedals. And I find just try and focus on the top if you can see it, and gear selection is crucial. So making sure before you hit the hill that you're in a nice easy gear, so that when the speed drops off, you can stay on top of it. Some people get really over enthusiastic and sprint into the hill, but I find just trying to settle into a pace you know you can sustain for the whole thing will be probably your fastest way of getting up and over it as well. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. You.
After me?
Yeah.
Hi Ollie, how are you?
Hi Bex, not bad, thank you.
So I've emailed you over some training advice. I've highlighted the tips that I think will really help you. Have you got it?
Yep. Oh, that's great. I can stick that straight into my training file on OneNote.
Great. Do you think that's going to be helpful?
Without a doubt. That's brilliant.
Well, if you keep going at this rate, I'll be setting up a race with Alex Dowsett next week.